Well, tens of thousands of people have marched through Scotland's capital, Edinburgh, to urge their fellow countrymen to vote in favour of independence from the UK. The march comes 1 year before a historic vote, which will have profound implications for the United Kingdom. Press TV's Roshan Mohammed Saleh reports on that now from Edinburgh.
In a year's time, the people of Scotland will vote to decide whether to become independent from the UK or remain part of a union with England, which has lasted over 300 years. At stake is the future of Scotland's huge oil reserves, its military bases, as well as the UK's global prestige.
There's a huge turnout for the Scottish Independence March in Edinburgh today, and with 1 year left of the referendum, most voters are clearly in favour of remaining in the UK. But with a lot of them undecided, there's a lot to play for yet.
The best decisions about Scotland should be made by those who care the most about Scotland, and that is the Scottish people. In a simple sentence, we can and we should govern ourselves and make decisions for ourselves. And that Parliament just a few yards down from here, as opposed to a Parliament 400 miles away, run by a government we didn't vote for.
The march wound its way through central Edinburgh up to Calton Hill, one of the city's famous vantage points. There, marchers gathered to listen to celebrities, activists and politicians from across the political spectrum put forward the arguments in favour of independence.
I'm kind of glad that we'll be able to make those decisions rather than go to places like Iraq, which for me was an illegal war. I mean, a lot of Scots died in that for needlessly, as far as I'm concerned.
We're marching for our grandchildren and our great-grandchildren. It's nothing to do with flags and identity. It's to do with power and where power lies. And at the moment, the people of Scotland vote for predominantly the SNP and Labour and end up with a Conservative government in London.
The Yes campaign is dominated by the Scottish National Party, which is currently in government. And its leader, Alex Salmond, dominates the country's political landscape.
For 40 years, this nation's resources have bankrolled Westminster, but for 40 years they've told us we're subsidised. For 50 years they have polluted this country with missiles and bombs and told us it was all for peace. For a quarter of a century they have promised social progress but delivered the fourth most unequal society in the developed world. These forces are powerful.
The No campaign is keeping a low profile for the moment, but argues that Scotland is safer economically and militarily within the Union. A union which allows Scotland to punch above its weight and have a stronger voice in the world. And with a healthy lead in the opinion polls, maybe they don't have to display the urgency of the Yes campaign. But as the saying goes, a year is a long time in politics. Roshan Mohammed Saleh, Press TV, Edinburgh, Scotland.